Hey, welcome back to my channel. Tish here, and for today's video we are going to be looking at motivating ideas to continue the year off on a positive track. So we came into 2021 not knowing what to expect. There was so much thrown up in the air after going through 2020 with the pandemic and everything that had been going on, just not knowing what to expect. So this year might have not started off on a good track for you, or it may have been a very great 6 months for you thus far. I know for me, I've had some ups and downs, and I've just really had a lot of time to really just sit back and reflect on myself and figure out some things that I did want in my life and things that I didn't want in my life. And that includes people as well. You know, there's always that chance that you need to just sit back and reflect and see, how am I really doing? So that's what my question is for you. How are you really doing? How are you getting through this year so far? How has life been treating you thus far? Leave a comment down below. If you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment where everyone can see it, you can definitely leave me a message over on Instagram or leave me an email and I'll get back to you as well. But here I am right now giving you a virtual hug, and also I would love to say a prayer for you if that is something that you need as well. So again, regardless of how the year has been for you, here are some things to help you stay on track, on task, and on a positive note for the remaining of 2021. Alright, so if you know me, you know I'm a sucker for some routines. So make sure that you maintain or create routines that work for you. If you haven't already created some routines, regardless if it's a morning routine, a night routine, a daily routine, make sure that you have routines that work for you. What many of us don't realize is that we function on routines as it is. And routines are just things that we do on a daily basis. Unfortunately, a lot of us have a lot of bad habits that we do on a daily basis, and we need to break those. So we need to make sure that we have routines that are working for us, that's making life simple and keeping us happy. And that is when you know you have the routine that is right for you. You know you're going to get through it and you're going to feel peaceful at the end of it. Alright, so tip number 2 is to celebrate your progress. Just talking to my friend the other day and had to remind my friend about this. You know, we look at our lives and we're like, oh, we might not be where we thought we would be because we had this big old plan for our lives when we were younger. But something that we need to remind ourselves is that, hey, we're becoming better people every day. We need to step back and celebrate our successes. Look at our progress. Celebrate those progresses, because that is a step closer to us meeting our end goal. If we don't meet those little goals, we are never going to meet those big goals. So go ahead and celebrate your progress as well. Even if you're not where you want to be, see that you've made that change, see that you've grown, you've moved forward, you moved closer, and celebrate that, because that will just motivate you to just keep on going. And along with tip 2, our next tip is to visualize your successes. If you've ever heard the phrase out of sight, out of mind, that is true and dear to each and every one of our hearts. If something is not in our sight, we can't see it, we have the tendency to forget about it. So we want to make sure that whatever our goals are, we are looking at them on a daily basis to remind us of where we want to be. That way we can see our success in the future. So you want to visualize your successes. Post your goals somewhere. I have my vision board that I still keep, and some of my visions on there are goals that I've had for a couple years now. But the thing is, hey, I have not met those goals. Regardless of whether it was because of COVID, life, anything, things will get in the way. I want to make sure that I can see where I want to be. That way I am pushing every day to get there. So visualize your successes. Write them somewhere where you can see it. Write it on your mirror. Put it in your car. Someplace that on your refrigerator. Someplace you know you're going to look every day to be reminded of what your goals are, what your dreams are, what you aspire, so that you can continue to push forward and try to meet those goals. Alright, so for my next tip, it is to determine what drives you. So there are things that we all have that will drive us, motivate us. For me, it is myself. I am my biggest competitor. I'm my biggest champion. I am the one that pushes me to be the best. Like, I set myself on a high pedestal so that I know I'm pushing myself to be better than I was yesterday. So whatever it is that is going to drive you, know what it is, know who it is. If it's someone to hold you accountable, know who that person is. If it's just something, if it's a goal, whatever your thing is that's going to drive you to meet your goals, to get where you want to be in life, to have a better life, to just hold you accountable, know what it is so that you can say, hey, I need you to hold me accountable, or post it somewhere. Like, let's just say your goal for the end of this year is to buy a house. Then put your dream home, put a picture of your dream home somewhere where you can see it, so that you are constantly being driven by that picture to work hard, to do your best, to have a great year. Alright, so my next tip is to take time for yourself. That is just so important. Your mental health is what is going to keep you through at the end of the day. Let's look at me. I live alone, and yet there are still times when I come home and I'm like, I need to sit in my car for just a couple minutes, because I do have 2 fur babies and they desire and require a lot of attention. And there are just times when I just need that me time. Like, I just need that time to myself. So I know that if you have spouses or kids or even other family members that you live with that you're always having to tend to, then you need that time for yourself. You need that time to just unwind, to just be free, to just let yourself be. Even if it's just that 15 minutes a day, try to reach for at least an hour a day to just get that time. Even if it's not all at once, take little bits of time throughout the day to really just be to yourself, to love on yourself, to really just enjoy your time. Alright, so something else that I do to help me be motivated and to stay on track and to have great days, and I know if I continue to have great days, I'm going to have great months and then a great year, is to keep to-do lists, y'all. I feel like I'm so lost if I don't make a to-do list. Even if I say, all right, Tish, you're going to do this and this and this tomorrow. I wake up tomorrow, which would be today, and I'm like, I don't have a list. I don't know what to do. I know it might sound crazy, but that to-do list just really helps me. I can see it, again, visualizing my successes. I can see what my goals are for that day, what I need to do, and being able to check things off that I've accomplished just makes me feel that much better. Alright, so for tip number 7, it is to start your day with positive affirmations. You're saying and speaking these positive things into your soul. So if it's just something as simple as, I'm awesome at what I do, I'm the best teacher, whatever it is, I love myself, I'm beautiful, I'm great, I'm a goddess, whatever you need to tell yourself to help you be confident, to help you have a positive attitude, to help get your day on the right foot. Say those things to yourself. I've also known people who will write them on a post-it note and post them places where they can see it, or they use like a dry erase marker and write it on the mirror. Just having those affirmations where you're saying them every single day, saying it until you really believe it deep down. And once you believe it, then that is the life that you're going to live. Whatever that affirmation is, you're going to live it and make it real. Alright, so for our next tip, it is to practice gratitude. I love this. I have a friend who writes a daily gratitude list every single day. So this just helps you to be grateful and thankful for the life that you're living. Looking at positive things in little places. If you hear a song that you haven't heard in a long time, maybe that song makes it to your gratitude list. If you've had something to eat that you've been having for a while and today it tastes extra great, then that could go into your gratitude list. Like, your gratitude list doesn't have to be so deep. Like, it could be something simple. The little things that really just put a smile on your face throughout the day are the things that you're going to want to write down. Whenever you remember, oh yeah, this happened, it made me smile, then you can write it down so that you can continue to do it and really look and see each day how great your life is. Alright, so for my next tip, it is to listen to motivating music. So even as a teacher, I do this for my students. We'll have some brain stimulating positive music for them to get them in a mood to learn, to be awake, to be attentive and engaged. And I started to put that into my everyday life. So even if I'm cleaning, if I just want to relax, whatever it is, I'll go ahead and put on some motivating music to get my heart rate going and to make me feel like, yeah, I'm ready, I can do this, I want to do this. It really just motivates me to just go on with whatever it is that I'm doing. So I find music on YouTube. If you have certain apps, and you can find, playlists on those apps, but I just go to YouTube and find motivated music and I just listen to that video. And all right, and my last tip is to remember your why. Regardless of what it is that you're thinking about, feeling, doing, pushing towards, remember the reason why you wanted to do it. If you remember your reason and you're like, hey, that doesn't align with who I am today, that was my goal or my purpose back in January, we're in July now, and it really doesn't fit with where I am, because y'all, we change. Every day we change. So of course our goals should change with us. So if you're remembering your reason and you're like, yeah, that doesn't fit with me and where I want to be and what I want to do, then that's a great reason to even think about your why, because then you can say, hey, I need to shift this, I need to alter this. And then again, you might need that to just motivate you to remember, because out of sight, out of mind, you haven't looked at your goals, you haven't posted it, you haven't visualized your success. So you might have put that to the back burner and totally forgot, like, wait, why am I even doing this? So just to remind yourself to push yourself to keep going, because yeah, there was a purpose, there was a reason why you were doing this. So I hope these tips really helped you and encouraged you to continue this year off on a positive note. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Please make sure you leave down how you're feeling, how you're doing, what has motivated you thus far. Leave that down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.